They throwing dirt on my old name. Only gets worse when you know things. You don't see the perks of this whole thing, but you get real on the pill and I like it.
So, good morning, y'all. Good morning. Y'all, I need to cut the light on in here so y'all can see me. But good morning, everybody. Hopefully y'all's day is going well. Today is January the 30th. It is 10:06 a.m. in the morning. It's Friday, so happy Friday. Y'all, I am getting ready to, hold on y'all, I'm trying to put y'all on my stand here so that I don't have to hold, there we go. So I don't have to hold the camera or whatever, because I want to show y'all like what I have going on for this morning. So y'all, I am about to pretty much make me some there we go. I'm getting ready to make me some like meal prep for this remaining weekend all the way into probably next week. So I just wanted to show y'all really quick like what I'm using. So I am doing a mixture of these red beans and these black beans. So I'm doing red beans and black beans here, and then I'm going to also add in just a little bit of the lentils that I have left over here. So I'm just doing like a bean mixture in my pot right here. So I have these, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of lentils on top just to do a really good bean mixture, because the lentils, y'all, have 32% fiber. The black beans have 25% fiber, and the red beans have the most in them, which is 40% fiber. So I'm just going to do a mixture of these beans, and I'm just adding everything into the same pot. I'm not going to separate anything. I'm just going to add them all together into the same pot, so it gives me like a really pretty bean mixture like this. And then y'all, I did go to the store and pick up me some more of my, of course, my purple potatoes and the Japanese sweet potato. I picked up some more of those. I had got some onion, and then I also got some more herbs. Hold on, let me show y'all. Okay, so these are the herbs that I picked up right here. So I had got some flat leaf parsley, I had got some cilantro, and then I had got some curly parsley too, because and then this is like my beans from a top view, because I'm just going to wash these. I'm gonna wash them and stuff. I don't let my beans soak. I just wash them, fill them with water, put a little bit of chicken bouillon in them, and then I let them cook like on a low temperature basically for a couple of hours until they get really, really soft. And so that's what I'm gonna do with these. And so this is like my bean mixture that I'm gonna have. And I have some basmati rice, but this right here, these herbs here are what I'm gonna use to make my green sauce. So since I have more herbs now, I just need to use like my sour cream, the Worcestershire sauce, and the other ingredients that I was telling y'all about. And then this right here is just like an aerial view of my veggies, my purple potatoes. Y'all, the brand of purple potatoes that I use are by Melissa's Dutch Blue potatoes. So if y'all were wondering, like, you can, I don't know if they have these in Walmart because I don't get them from there, but you can probably find them at a Walmart, or I don't know, or just if you're in Florida, Publix or Whole Foods or HEB or, you know, someplace like that. But this is the brand, the Melissa's Dutch Blue. Purple potatoes. I wish I could find the bigger ones. I probably would have to go to the Asian Mart to try to find the bigger ones that are almost the size of these Japanese sweet potatoes. But yeah, like this is my onions, because I do use yellow onion. I don't use russet potatoes for anything. I just use either these, the Japanese sweet potato, or regular sweet potato, because I just don't really care for russet potatoes. But yeah, this is my herbs right here, and this is what I'm going to use to make my sauce that I'm going to drizzle over here on the beans and rice and stuff, because I don't think I'm going to have any meat with it this time either. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have any meat with this particular match up this time. I'm not gonna do that because I feel like, and how much protein does these red beans have in it? Because these have 8 grams of protein. The red beans have 8 grams of protein. Because I never really look at the protein either, because I know sometimes people say when you're doing like vegetarian dishes or going pescatarian or whatever, you tend to not get enough proteins and stuff. So this one, so the red beans have 8 grams, the lentils have 8 grams, which is about 16%, and the black beans have 10 grams. So the 10 grams, I'm assuming is probably maybe 20%. Yeah, I'm assuming it's probably 20%. So yeah, so the black beans have the most protein in it out of all of these 3, and then the red beans has the most fiber out of all of these 3. So yeah, I'm gonna probably just stick with that. And then, oh yeah, I did buy some fish, so I probably will have fish with one of these meals, with one of these bowls, instead of just having plain beans. And now y'all, I literally just said I wasn't gonna have no darn meat, and just the beans, the sweet potato or the potato mix, and just my sauce like I had before, and the rice. I probably will have some fish with it. So I'm gonna show y'all the fish that I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna grab that because it's in my deep freezer. So let's go across here and grab the fish real quick. We're literally just gonna go across the hall real quick and grab the fish out of the deep freezer. I'm gonna come to my garage door, y'all. And then I have a deep freezer here, which I keep things in. So this is the fish that we're gonna be using. So I'm gonna take this inside. Go inside. Okay, so we have the fish. Y'all have seen this fish before. This is the one that I use, the barramundi fish, because I told y'all I am trying to transition myself into being pescatarian. I don't really like to eat a lot of other meats and stuff anymore like that, and can't really. Oh y'all, isn't this shirt stylish, honey? Like, hold on, check out this shirt. This is a Tommy Bahama shirt. Like, this is not doing it any justice right here. Like, honey, this right here, this is a Tommy Bahama shirt. My husband does not like to wear these. Well, I'm not gonna say he doesn't like to wear them, but he doesn't wear them. He has so many different colors, and these shirts feel so good. Like, Tommy Bahama is a brand that is completely slept on. And then like he has like a lime green one, he has some sort of a grayish one, he has this blue one, he has like a white cream colored one, he has an orange one, an orange looking one in there, or a peachy toned one in there. Like, he has so many different ones that look really, really good. I love them. Like, I'm just like, and then you see the little detailing here. Like, this is a vintage, like, this is vintage Tommy Bahama midway rich guy shirt. Like, so, oh, my basmati rice should be done. Yeah, I think my basmati is done, and I cook my rice in the microwave. I know it's not the best thing to do, to cook your rice like in the microwave and stuff, but I cook mine in the microwave because it's faster. So, and then I probably should change like my dish that I cook in, but this is my basmati rice right here. So this one is how it looks. I'm hoping it's done. Yeah, it's done. So yeah, this is my basmati rice. So I'm just gonna let it sit. I'm not gonna cover it with anything because I don't want it to start getting I don't like my rice gummy. Like, that's the reason why I either eat basmati or jasmine rice over like parboiled rice and stuff, because I don't know, to me the parboiled rice just gets gummy and I don't like that. so I don't like to use that. But yeah, the barramundi fish has like 2 big fillets in here, y'all. This was $10 for one pack. So that's why I'm like, being a pescatarian is not cheap. So it has 2 big fillets in here, and so I can probably take this one fillet and probably get 3 pieces off of it. So I could probably cut it and get 3 pieces off. So I probably only need just these 2, because it's the same thing for the other one too. I can just take and cut it and just cut and get 3 like pieces of fillet off of these 2. So that'll be 6 pieces of fish. And the way that I'm going to cook it is I'm going to pan sear it. I don't think I have any lemon. I don't think I have lemon. No, I don't have any lemon. So what I was thinking was to just do, I do have a half of a lime, so I probably will put some lime on that, like cut up some lime slices. Probably cut up a little bit of jalapeno just for a little bit of spice, because I need to use those before they go bad. Saute some onion within that, saute some bell pepper within that too, and then just have like the lime, have like a lime, because I have lemon pepper too, so I can have like the lemon pepper, lime, what did I just say? Some of these herbs, because I am going to use some of these herbs in it also. Like herbs, y'all, a bunch of herbs are so good. And I got these because I'm going to have to make my husband some cilantro water so he can clear out his kidneys and liver. So I'm going to make some of that, but I also got it for cooking. But herbs are so pretty. Like, aren't these like, it just makes me miss my garden. Like when I used to do gardening and stuff like that and was growing my own herbs and vegetables and all that stuff, because I still have seeds. I actually need to use these seeds, but y'all, I still have so many seeds, like where I was like growing my own vegetables and stuff. So you could just buy seeds from the store and just get your like vegetable garden started. It's not that hard. My preference on seeds though is to get the Korean ones, like get the Korean seeds. This is Korean. You can tell by if y'all want to ever know the difference in between Korean language, Chinese language, stuff like that, just look at the symbols, and I'm gonna show y'all. Just look at the symbols here. Y'all see how whenever you see symbols with O's and all of that stuff, that's Korean language. This is Korean. So these are Korean peppers. So these right here were really easy to grow, And don't kill the ants and the bees and all that other stuff that comes over there, because one thing about it, y'all, the ants help your vegetables grow. They get in there, it's like they're like free labor, they're free workers. They get in, when you start planting stuff and the plant starts to like sprout out, they come in and they be like on this. I was watching them. I actually watched them work. Like I would come out there every day, because you have to baby your plants. So you have to treat your plants like babies. So I literally would come out there every day and see them. At first I was just like, what the hell? Like, what are you doing on my plants? Get off my plants. And I wanted to, you know, just like spray them down with water to get them off. But no, don't do that, because what they are doing, they are working. They be coming in and helping fertilize the plant, because honey, they be on a trail behind each other in a line, working in synchrony, getting the job done. And then literally a couple days later, you'll start seeing the plants flower. And those flowers that you see are what turns into your vegetables. So when you start to see like a white flower bloom, a yellow flower, usually with cucumbers, the flower is yellow. With peppers, the flower starts off as a little white flower, and then that white flower eventually starts to close up, and then a actual fruit, a vegetation comes out of it. So don't kill the ants. Don't shoo away the bees. Let them do their job, because that's what they are there for. But anyways, when I do move out of this apartment and get into a lovely, I need to cut these off. My potatoes are done. When I do get out of here and I get back into a house or a home or whatever, and I'm able to have ample space, I am going to start back doing my vegetable garden again, and I'll show y'all this time how to like grow your veggies and things like that. I'm probably gonna have to get me some new seeds, because some of these seeds are stamped, and I'm just like, do seeds expire? But I don't know, maybe they won't germinate as well if they're over a certain age or whatever, but I don't know. A seed is a seed, so to me a seed is a seed. But yeah, I'm gonna do my fish. I'm gonna prep that so that I can have that, because I like my fish to be a bit seared. As y'all can see with all my food, I don't like juicy foods, and I don't like foods that are just overly juicy with too much going, like too much softness and all. I just don't like it, because once I eat it, if the fish is just too, it has to be just a little bit crisp. Like I have to have some crisp on my fish. I have to have crisp on my potatoes. Like I just have to have a little bit of crisp on my food, because if I don't, I'm not gonna enjoy it. So here are my roasted potatoes. I just took those out. Those are looking pretty good. So yeah, I just took those out, my roasted potatoes here. So that's how they are looking. Y'all see that? No, y'all don't. That's how they looking, but y'all can't see it, but that's how they're looking. So I'm gonna let those sit and cool. My rice is done, so now all I gotta do is cook the beans, cook the beans, cook the fish, and then make the sauce. So yep, that's what I'm going to do. I will show y'all my food when it's done, because I'm probably not gonna make the fish right now. I'll make that a little bit later, but I will come back and show y'all how I do my green sauce. So I'll show y'all that when I get to doing it. Okay, so I have my beans all washed and stuff, so I'm just gonna take some distilled water. I'm just gonna use some of this, and I'm going to pour it over the beans until I reach like a high point, because these beans are going to soak up a lot of this water, and they're gonna swell also. So I just kind of filled the pot up to the top. If y'all can see that just a little bit, like I filled the pot up like to cover the beans basically. And that's such a pretty mixture. But I covered the beans up, and then I'm going to put that on probably medium heat. And then, oh yeah, let me add some oil. I just add a little bit of oil. If I had olive oil, I would use that, but I don't have any, so I have to use this canola oil. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of oil. It's not good to salt if you're cooking the lentils. It says on the instructions to not salt the lentils until after they're almost cooked, but I'm just gonna add a pinch of black salt, like literally a couple of crystals, just so that it can heat my water up a little bit more. And then I still find that even when I add like my chicken bouillon or whatever, it doesn't do anything to it. Like I'm just flavoring my water, so it doesn't. I don't know if they tell you that. I probably need to ask ChatGPT, like why does the instructions on lentils say to not add salt until they're almost done? Is it because they soak up the flavor like really, really well, where they'll end up becoming overly salty? I don't know, but I need to ask ChatGPT that. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna grab a spoon and just stir this up in here, because this is how it looks. So I'm just gonna stir my mixture up in here, just to get all the bouillon like broken up and stuff, so that it can get in all the beans. So that's what I'm going to do with that. So it should look like this, and then I'm just gonna put the top on it. So I'm gonna find the top first and foremost, because my daughter did, it's right here, my daughter did dishes last night. So I'm just gonna put the top on it, and this is just going to sit back here and cook. It's 10:39, so this is probably gonna cook for, I don't know, 3 hours. This probably won't be done until like 1:30, or like right before it's almost time for me to go pick my daughter up from school. So that's how long those are gonna sit. But that's why I went ahead and prepped everything else. Got my rice did, got my potatoes did. My fish is not gonna take that long. I'm just gonna put that on a cooktop and just pan sear that, and I'll do that right before I'm ready to eat one of these bowls or eat one of these meals. because I'm going to cut them into slices. So yeah, but the brand that I get is called Better Fish. This is the only sea bass that I have found that doesn't give me, well, that's not overly expensive. Now this one pack was expensive, but to be fair, you can get 6 fillets out of these two. So it's like 6 fillets in this one pack. But I find that sometimes when I get it cut fresh, it has this overly, the fish be too fishy. Like, it's just, some fish is too fishy. That's why I don't like salmon, because salmon is too salmony. It's too fishy. I don't like that. So I don't, if that makes sense to anybody, I don't like an overly fishy fish. So this is the only one that I found that I like that doesn't give me that overly fishy, oceany taste. Like, I do not like that. So I'm going to cook this right before it's time for me to, you know, prepare my bowls and all that stuff. So that's how I'm gonna do that. But I am gonna make my sauce really quick. So I'm gonna show y'all how I do my sauce, because I don't have one of those really good blenders. So I'm just gonna use a regular blender to do this, which is this one right here that I make my smoothies with. I'm gonna use this regular blender. So let me go ahead and prep everything, and then we'll come back when I'm putting in the ingredients. Okay, y'all, so I have done the hard part. I've done all the tedious stuff. I spared y'all all of that. So what I did was I roughly chopped up all of those herbs. So I have all of those herbs here on this plate, like right here. Get out, stop looking at me. Stop focusing on me. There we go. We got all these beautiful herbs on the plate right here. And then I did cut up half of a jalapeno because I wanted to add just a little bit of spice, extra spice. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna throw all of this right into this blender. So I'm gonna bring y'all in a little close. So I'm just gonna put everything in this blender here. All the herbs. Now this is not one of those blenders, y'all, that's gonna chop everything up really fine. So I am gonna have to give it some assistance and help with like, you know, making sure everything gets chopped up. So here are all the stems that I picked off. Make sure y'all pick off y'all stems, because the stems are tough and I feel like they don't blend very well. So that's all our herbs in here, and then the half a jalapeno. So that's what we have inside here. Now we're gonna add in the sour cream and the little bit of liquid. I'm probably gonna add my spices in here also, but we'll just see how it blends up. So let's just go ahead and get the sour cream first. Okay, so this is the sour cream that I used. I just used the Daily's sour cream. I still had a little bit left over in this one from the last time. So I'm just gonna scoop what's left inside here out and just add that inside here. Now this one is gonna turn out really green. Then this is my new tube. So I just use probably, because I'm trying to prep enough of this sauce for a whole week basically and a half to go on top of my bowls and stuff. I'm probably gonna use maybe over half of this tube, because I'm gonna save some. So child, it's falling out. Okay, there we go. I'm probably gonna use like a little bit over half of this tube. So that's what I'm using in sour cream. And then here I'm just gonna take, I have the Lee and Perrins. So this is the brand by Lee and Perrins. This is their Worcestershire sauce. So I have some Worcestershire right here. I'm just gonna take this and add probably, I don't know, that's maybe like 20 drops into there. So I'm gonna add about 20 drops of that. I'm still gonna add a little bit of spice, so I'm just gonna get some of these crushed red pepper flakes and just add just a tad bit. I don't want it too spicy. We're gonna add some garlic powder to it, not too much. Don't want to do too much. I'm gonna add lots and lots of dill. Dill weed is one of the main things in here too, so I'm gonna add a whole lot of dill to this. So I wish I would have had got some fresh dill, but they didn't have any. So I'm just gonna add probably about, I don't know how much that is. It's probably 4 tablespoons, because I don't measure this stuff, y'all. Then I'm gonna take just a bit of dried parsley just to make it a little bit more green. gonna take some black pepper here, some black pepper, put that in there. And then I'm going to add some black salt, like my black salt. I like to use the black salt over the other salt. So I'm gonna add like a pinch of black salt. And then that is gonna be it. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of distilled water because I told y'all this blender is not the best. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of water to it, maybe about 1/4 cup of water. So that's all I'm gonna do for this. And then we're just going to put the top on, secure the top on here, and then I'm going to start my blending process. So this is probably gonna get loud, so I'm going to cut this, cut this part out with the sound and just have it blended. But I do want y'all to see how everything looks in here. I just put that much water, the sour cream. This is super easy. And then I'm going to season it to taste. If I feel like after this blends up is too bland, I will come back and season it to taste.
Hey, Roman numeral 7 days, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I'd take it, dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I'd take it, enemies in front of God. Introduce them to that light, hit them strictly with the vibe. Hey, Roman numeral 7 days, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I'd take it, dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I'd take it, enemies in front of God. Introduce them to that light, hit them strictly with the vibe. It's a vibe, they a dance, let them watch. She a fan, he a flop, they just wanna kumbaya, nah.
This world countries, how it go. How this means, what you know. Weekends, get it poppin' on the low.
Okay, so everything is nice and blended. Ooh, y'all, it's such a pretty, like it has this really pretty green matcha color. Now this is the color that I wanted it to be last time, but I didn't have enough herbs. But yes, it has this really pretty green matcha color. And I know it's gonna be a little bit liquidy. Yeah, it's just a little bit liquidy like this consistency. So I may add just a little bit more sour cream to it. It just depends on how it tastes. Like, give or take, I may add a little bit more sour cream to it. And then, like I said, you can season it to your own taste. It's not even that bad. Like, girl, oh. And I need to squeeze some lime in it. So do make sure you squeeze a little bit of lime in it too. Just to give it a little bit more of a freshness, and it will bring the stuff out. So make sure you do that. But yeah, I'm gonna add just a tad bit more sour cream to this so it can be a little bit more thick. And then I probably will add a little bit more chili flakes because I want it a tad bit spicy. Because when I did put the jalapeno in there, I did de-seed it and I did take out the membrane because I didn't want it to be so spicy. So I probably will add a few more chili flakes, a little bit more sour cream, and probably just a pinch bit more of salt or something like that. But other than that, honey, it is perfection. Like, this color is perfection. This is the color that I needed it to be right here, like that matcha green. Like, but it's for my bowls. And then our beans are cooking, so it's time for me to cut those down to probably 4 because they have started cooking up. So I'm gonna cut those down to about 4. But yeah, this is how I make my green sauce. I'm gonna put this and store this into a container so that when I do my bowls and stuff, I can have it to drizzle and use. But yeah, that's what I'm about to do. Let me go ahead and add my little bit more sour cream, and then I'll come back later on, y'all, when I'm preparing my fish.
weekends, get it poppin' on the low. Better days coming for sure.
I know you're coming for it.
Ooh, y'all, so I just got a little quick delivery from, it was supposed to come with my order yesterday, but they didn't, I don't know if they had to order it from somewhere else, but it's just some trash bags, y'all. And guess what type of trash bags I got? Y'all remember when I was so obsessed with that Fabuloso, that watermelon Fabuloso, that ended up going from whatever to $4? I ended up getting the trash bags, and I can smell it through the box. I got the trash bags, y'all, and then they are pink, honey. They are pink. Oh, and I can smell them through the box. I can smell them through the box. Oh, and y'all, these were $8, so they were $8 and change on Walmart. So I don't know about anybody else, but Walmart is where I saw them. Hefty. Now y'all know I don't buy y'all overpriced stuff, but for these I had to buy because, oh, you can smell, y'all. Look at the pink. Y'all, you can smell it. I'm finna use one right now. Look at this. Oh, it smells just like the watermelon Fabuloso. Y'all, the pink trash bag. Stop it now. If y'all are pink lovers, if y'all can find this, go and get y'all a box of Hefty. Go and get y'all a box of these Hefties. And this is not sponsored, by the way, but it should be. But it's not sponsored. But honey, these, oh my God. The pink trash bags. Oh my God. That was a thumbnail, by the way. But anyways, y'all, yes, I just want to show y'all that really quick. And then I'm still waiting on one more thing, which is just some moisturizer. Like a pink moisturizer. And I've been using this for years, but they haven't had it on the shelf. Like this particular brand, it's like they just took all their products off the shelf. And y'all, I don't know if it's just me. If it's just me, it's just me. But I always feel like everything that they come up with that actually helps to grow a black woman's hair, they take it off the shelf. This particular brand, when I tell y'all my hair was growing so much, like it had my hair growing so long where my hair got to the longest length that it has ever gotten in my adult life, you know, basically. And it was long, like y'all, like when I say long, I was stretching my hair to about right here. So imagine if I would have kept using it, my hair probably would be down here. And it was super healthy, super thick. And it was just, it was really good for my hair, and they discontinued it. Then I started trying to search for the other products. Like they had a scalp spray, they discontinued that, or unless they just don't have it in my area. And then they had like this edge stuff, that's gone. This other moisturizer, that's gone. And then the things that are left on the shelves are things that are overly greasy, and a lot of it doesn't even work to help do anything. So I'm super sad about that, but I was able to find the pink moisturizing like leave-in conditioner that I normally use, and I'm hoping that I can just start using that because I'm about to start back growing my hair back underneath here, just to give it a boost and just go ahead and start growing it back. And then I'm going to just go back natural with no relaxers, no more relaxers, and stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm about to do now, so that I can see how long my hair can get by the end of this year. But yes, y'all, I had to put y'all up on the watermelon. Go and find y'all these if you can find them, honey. The Hefties, these, you can smell them through the box. Go and find y'all some. I'm finna go and put my pink bag up.
Jamaica. He owned a couple acres, a couple fake visas, cause he never got his papers. Gave up on love, fucking with them heartbreakers. But he was getting money with the movers and the shakers. He was mixed with a couple things, bought like a couple rings, bricks in a condo and grams to sing. Left
my
on
daughter's
baby.
school. It's 3:30, so I got about 30 more minutes before she comes out. So they let out at like 4 o'clock. So I'll give or take 30 minutes before that time is up. And I'm just sitting here going over some of my stuff on my chart. I actually was watching a video, y'all. I was watching a couple of videos about investments and things like that. So particular things that I want to invest in, that I'm going to invest some of this income tax in. So I'm going to do that, because I'm not going to just recklessly spend, and I'm not going to just sit there and hold it in the bank either. Like, I'm going to start investing my funds into something to bring more money. My collection in goods is one of them, yes, but mandatorily there are other investments that I have interest in, that my husband has interest in, and we're going to do things strategically and plan things right this time. So yeah, I was sitting here, this is the sheet, y'all, that I basically was talking about last night right here, when I was telling y'all about helping me pick colors to do with spring. So like, this is a whole list of colors. These are all of the colors here, starting from the top all the way down. So I have like 18 different colors, if y'all can see that. Y'all, I need help choosing which 2 or 3 colors. My goal is 3 colors. So 3 colors to release for summer and for spring and summer. So I was thinking, like, because all the colors, I'm gonna just go down the list. I have olive, I have butter yellow, I have a color called jadeite. But that color is really, really pretty. If I can find a picture of one of my cases, I will pop that on the screen so y'all can see it. But it's such a beautiful jade. If y'all have seen a jade stone before, the jadeite stone is more expensive and more rare than an actual jade stone. So it is a very beautiful green color. And then I have jet noir, which is just completely black. It's just jet, really, really dark black. Klein blue. If y'all don't know what Klein blue is, you can just Google it. It's a famous blue color that was created by an artist. I forgot his last name, but I think his name was Klein, but they called the color blue Klein blue because it was just such a beautiful different blue type of color, like a really, really pure blue color. And then of course I have the typical chocolate. I have snow, which is like a white powdery color. We have powder pink. I have matcha green. I have and it's actually a matcha green. If y'all see my sauce from earlier, it's literally spot on matcha green like that. And then I have hot pastel pink, the color tomato, which is a really, really beautiful bright reddish orange. It's not red, your typical red, is literally a reddish orange. And then I have honey bear, which looks just like the name honey bear. Muscadine, if you guys are not familiar with muscadine, that is a grape, and the color that I have is exactly that same purple tone for as a muscadine grape. And then we have emerald, which is the typical emerald green, cornflower blue, periwinkle, storm gray, and dark cherry. Dark cherry is one of my absolute favorites because although we are moving out of the cold, like fall, cold, wintry months, and we're going into like spring and summer, I still believe that that dark, deep cherry burgundy color is going to be something that still carries on throughout the season. Like, I actually still believe that people are still going to be wearing and rocking things with beautiful burgundies and deep cherries and, you know, like those wine tones. I think that those are still going to be some popular tones to wear for throughout this season, even going into spring and summer. So out of those colors that I just named, I was thinking about butter yellow. I want to do my muscadine, that purple. And then I was just like torn in between that or because I have to have some sort of a green, the jadeite, or like do I add in the typical black, because everybody loves a good black, because some people just don't like color and they just want black. So it's just so hard for me to choose. And then I was thinking about basically for spring, I was thinking about that butter yellow, the jadeite color, and then doing maybe like the powdery pink like for spring. And then moving into the summer months, I was thinking about going into like the tomato color and maybe the muscadine for a little bit of darkness, and then like doing something like that cornflower blue, or either the periwinkle. I don't know, because all the colors are so beautiful. And I've already got my mock-ups did that I've sent over to my vendor so that they can see, because they were having an issue like with the material. When I sent over one, I just sent them an example, and they were just saying like, oh, like we tried to do this before and the material kept getting snagged into the zipper, so they don't think that it's a good idea to do it. But what I was telling them is I'm not going to have a material just shagging all over the place. I'm going to have it like trimmed up very nicely where it's unzippable, so that when someone is getting the bag, they can literally zip and unzip the bag, you know, like zip and unzip. Even though these parts here will still have extra material hanging, it won't be an issue because it won't be so big and all over the place. So that was one of the issues that they were having. And then like, y'all, these samples are super expensive too to do. Like a lot of these samples are $200, $160. Some of them are the cheapest I've gotten is one set for $80. So these samples are not cheap. And then some of the factories, when you do get samples, they don't offer to give you the money back or credit it towards your bulk order. Some of them don't. Some of them do, but some of them don't. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5 vendors working on this. And out of the 5, only one of them offered me to get like my prints, like my plate fee back. So it's like $125 for the plate printing fee, and they offered to give that back once I place a bulk order, not the other amount that they're using to create, like for the material, the labor, all that stuff. They're not giving that back, just the plate fee. So I do keep that in mind. And if y'all are thinking about creating stuff, keep that in mind. The samples are extremely high, and a lot of the times the vendor does not credit the amount that you've paid for samples towards your bulk order. You can negotiate that and ask, but a lot of them don't offer that. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, that's what I'm sitting here doing, just going over the colors, because I need to actually choose 3, and I need to choose them by Sunday night, because that's when they go back, because they're about to go on a festival holiday, so they'll be gone for like 2 weeks. So they'll be gone out, but that's great for me because that'll give me time to get everything set in stone, know everything that I want, have my drawings completed, like my sketches completed, and have like the actual mock-up completed. So I have my mock-up already, but I need to do some sketches so that we can make sure we're on the same track with the dimensions, with the zipper placements, like, you know, the compression. Like I want to make sure that I'm on the same track and they're on the same track. So that'll give me time to get that stuff done while they're gone out of the factories and stuff for those 2 weeks. And yeah, and then, you know, by the time they come back, I'll be looking to place my sample order and get those different ones, and then I'll be showing y'all like the physical product. And I really would appreciate feedback, like, you know, on certain things, because I can flash up like what my mock-ups and stuff look like, just to know if people are interested in these items. Because like I said before, I don't want to just keep getting things and ordering stuff and paying for stuff hoping that people buy it, because I know that in today's economy, people don't really have the funds to buy a lot of things anymore. Like, you got people that can barely afford to cover rent, like myself. So it's just like, I get that. So I don't want to just be putting stuff out here, paying money for things, and then no one buys it you know, or just putting stuff out here and people are just like, oh yeah, yeah, I'm interested. Oh yeah, of course, I'll get that, I'll do that, and then nobody buys it. So I have to make sure that I don't run into those things anymore moving forward when I do get products and stuff made. But for now, y'all, I'm just about to sit here for these last 20 minutes, give or take, and just watch a couple YouTube videos, some investment videos, and yeah, just wait for my daughter to come. But yeah, just y'all leave me a comment on which one you think would be good for spring first and then move it into summer. So let me know what you think.
I guess you wonder where I've been. I search to find the love within. I came back to let you know, got a thing for you, and I can't let go. My friends wonder what is wrong with me when I'm in a daze from your love, you see. I came back to let you know, got a thing for you, and I can't go. Some people go around the world for love, but they may never find what they can dream of. What you won't do for love. You've tried everything, but you won't give up. And in my world, only you make me do.
So good morning, y'all. It is currently 8:27 in the morning. It is January the 31st, as you guys can see. Say good morning to my grandparents. It's 8:27 in the morning. It's not even 8:30 yet. Y'all, I have already washed my face, brushed my teeth, did all that good stuff, did some skincare. As y'all know, I am not a fan of doing too much with my skin, but I will try out new things for myself. Like if I'm coming up with my own products and stuff like that. So I have been trying out some new skin oil that I have been mixing up, and I don't know, y'all may love it, y'all may be like, girl, that's pretty strange you put that on your face, but yes. And I'm gonna give y'all a little hint. What you eat comes out in your skin. So because I eat a lot of this, I figured I should make it into something for my skin, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, that'll be coming later on sometime in the next couple of months or whatever, after I get a good feel of testing it out, because I have been testing it out since probably late last year, probably about October-ish. So I want to give it a little bit more time before I just start dumping stuff out here. But yeah, my skin looks super refreshed, super glowy this morning, and I'm really liking that, because I am getting older, honey, and the older I get, I do notice little wrinkles here, and you know, I don't have wrinkles like around my eyes and all that stuff, but I do notice the wrinkles like coming here, because I do a lot of expressions like with my forehead. So I notice the wrinkles coming up here, as well as like right here on the sides of my mouth where they've always been. So I'm always looking for new solutions and ways to help get rid of that stuff and help with that without being so overpriced with the creams and all that stuff, you know, or whatever. But this morning, y'all, I am just working on, actually drinking some water, but I am just working on pretty much, and I hope the sun is not too bad, but like I'm pretty much working on just trying to wake up earlier, go to bed earlier, eat a little bit more healthy. I'm not gonna eat any breakfast this morning. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not gonna eat no breakfast this morning. I'm actually continuing to fast, and the only thing I'm gonna have is more water. And then because I think I need to drink more water too. I don't know if my body is dehydrated, but I know throughout the day I don't feel like I drink enough water. I don't drink enough water. I really don't. I just kind of sip on water, and I need to really focus on flushing and drinking more water. So I'm just gonna be doing that. it's not much to work on today. Today is Saturday, so I'm taking a breather from doing anything or whatever. If you all celebrate or believe in Shabbat or the Sabbath or anything, it's really technically speaking supposed to be the Sabbath today. So I'm not supposed to really be doing any work or anything, but I always end up doing stuff, you know, or whatever, like doing little things. And I'm trying to kind of like slow down on doing that, at least give myself one day out of the week where I do nothing, where I just don't think about anything negative. I don't try to get up and find something to do, because I'm very good at that. Like, it's like ever since my grandmother passed away, y'all, I just throw myself into doing everything. Like, I'm always trying to find something to do, and I don't know if I'm trying to compensate the grief, or I don't know if I'm trying to just not think about it. Today is actually her 4-year anniversary of being passing away and all of that stuff. So it's a 4-year anniversary today of passing away. She passed away January the 31st, 2022. It's 2026, so today makes 4 years that I have been without my loving grandmother. I have had to go without guidance. I've had to go without, I'm just so used to always talking to her every day, you know, things like that. So it's 4 years today. And yeah, I don't feel so sad talking about it like I used to, but I do feel sad. But it's like I'm trying to make sure that today I don't get into that mode of throwing myself into doing something just to try to find something to do, you know, if that makes sense. But y'all, I did not make the fish yesterday. Let me drink my water. Oh, that took a lot. I had to force myself to drink that. I just don't like the way water tastes, y'all. Like, I don't know, water has a taste to me. But yeah, anyways, y'all, I did not make my fish yesterday, so I ended up just eating. Basically, I got a little bit hungry, but I wasn't that hungry, and so I ended up just making beans. I just ended up eating last night the beans, the basmati rice, and the sweet potato, and I drizzled it with some of my green sauce. That's all I ate last night. Excuse me, that's all I ate last night. So I didn't make the fish, so I probably will make the fish today. And then I was just like reviewing my footage and was just like, girl, you said you was not fin to eat any meat with this. You were just gonna keep it as is. But I was just like, I'm probably just going to, my last meal that I had, I only had my black beans, lentils, rice, the sweet potatoes and carrot mix, and I was adding in like cucumber and adding in lettuce, like straight cut up lettuce and stuff. So I literally had just a vegetable bowl that last time. So this time I am going to incorporate just some fish fillets with this meal throughout this week. So I'll probably have the same meal every day throughout this week until the rice, because you know, after a while it gets so repetitive that I just don't want to continue eating it. Like after maybe day 4, coming up on day 5, I'm just over it. So I want something else, or I want to make like a fresher bowl version. I'm trying to figure out other things to make too, to give me some versatility in what I'm eating, because I know for a fact I'm gonna get tired of just eating the beans, the rice, the this, you know, that. So, but I am still gonna do the fish. So what I'm gonna end up doing is probably this week just doing the rice and bean with the fish bowl, and then the next following week I probably would just have like fish and salad like I was doing before, because I'm really trying to get my body a lot more leaner, a lot more toned in these areas here, you know, like my boobs. Like I don't want my boobs to be like touching my knees, or where I can throw them over my shoulder like a rabbit ear. Like I don't want to do that, or like a satchel. I don't want to be able to do that. So I want to tone up my body and at least try to lean out and slim down a bit, especially in my stomach area where I have the most problematic issues of holding on to. I don't know if I have subcutaneous fat that I'm holding on to, which is probably what it is, or visceral fat. I know I can't have visceral fat, but I haven't been to a doctor, so I'm just like, I'm holding on to too much subcutaneous fat in my midsection. So That's been my problem area mostly for as long as I can remember after I had children. So I want to work on that. I've also been doing, where do I have, oh, over there. I'm going to show y'all. I also went back to trying to retrain and strength train myself with using my band. And if y'all saw some of my old videos when I was working out at the house that I was at before this one, that helps a lot if you are getting back into exercising and you need assistance with whether it's stretching. I recommend you start out with stretching with that band, and then it even can help you assist with doing multiple sit-ups if you're having problems doing sit-ups on your own, doing squats with it. You can do arm exercises with it. So it's a lot that you can do with those bands. That did used to come with my Slimly packs when people would order the wrap belt, or if you even ordered like a bodysuit, I would include one of those bands. Let me grab the bands so I can show y'all what I'm talking about. Okay, so I had to grab the band that I was talking about, and I needed to grab some moisturizer for my lips. Girl, oh, these things, I love these little things. I had created these for my daughter. And these little lip balm things, they are so moisturizing, honey. Like, I created them for her, and I just put her initials on them when she was like really little. So I put her KLM initials and a little unicorn. She was probably like 4 years old when I created those for her, and she was in love with them because they're all so colorful, but they are so moisturizing. Anyways, y'all, this is the band. So this, I used to include these. I'm not gonna say used to, I still do, but I haven't had my store up on Etsy or anything because I'm trying to transition everything over. I'm probably gonna start using Shopify when I do get a store back, get a website back coming up soon. So I'm gonna use Shopify. But these were the bands that I would have, and I would have them in different colors. I had them in purple, I had it in blue, I had it in yellow, green, black, and I believe red and gray. So it's like 7 different colors that you could get one with. But the only time that these came with a purchase is if you spent over a certain amount of money. So I think it was like over $60 you would get one of these bands with your order. So over 60 you would just get one. If you wanted to just purchase it alone by itself on the website, it was like $10. So but these right here are good for helping you stretch. Like, you can just put your feet in here, like they don't pop or any of that stuff because they are super duper durable, but you put in there wide too. So you put your feet in here, and then you can hold it while you do stretches. Or these little hooks here, I used to actually put my foot inside this hook right here, and then put the other side around over here to give me some resistance, and I would do like my leg lifts on one side and leg lifts on the other side to help with like love handles. But these are really helpful when you are trying to get back into the exercise world. Like, if you have not worked out in a long time, or if it's your first time working out, you're a beginner and you haven't done a lot of strength training, that will help you with strengthening up your muscles to get you prepared for actual lifting with weights and things like that. Because before I was using that, I had injured myself. Like, I literally injured myself where my piriformis muscle was messed up, where it had clamped over my sciatic nerve, and it was like that for so long. I still feel effects from that to this day. Like, it was like that for about 3 years or 4 years straight before I discovered that I had to do certain stretches. I had to do certain stretches with my leg where I would have to fold my leg over my other leg and pull back. Like, it was the most excruciating pain that I ever felt in my life, aside from natural childbirth. And so when I started using that to help me along the way, because I had to stretch it out. Like, no matter how much it hurt, I had to stretch it out. And now that pain has went away from my buttocks. Like, it used to be times where I couldn't even sit down in the car to drive. That's how bad it used to hurt. And I was limping. I was always putting more pressure on my right side than I was my left side, because my left side was the side that had the issue. And now to this day, I didn't go to a doctor or a chiropractor or anything because I couldn't afford it. So I had to do it on my own, and I relieved myself of that issue with my piriformis, but I do still suffer from like numbness in my left 3 toes. So I still have that issue. And then at times my left calf, I get a lot of Charlie horses in it. So I'm still trying to work those out by pushing certain minerals, still doing a lot of stretches, because y'all, when I tell y'all, it was a time where I couldn't bend forward. Like, when you know how you bend down to brush your teeth, to rinse your mouth, I couldn't even do that. It hurt so bad. But I can actually bend all the way down, touch my toes, and that was a factor of helping. And then afterwards, I gradually started lifting weights, where y'all saw in other videos. So I probably haven't even posted that video, but it was other videos where I was like lifting weights. I went from 20 pounds to 30 pounds to 40 pounds to 50 pounds to 60. And then like I just got into this mode, like, and just stopped working out. Like I think I got depressed, like after we were told that we basically were getting kicked out of the house that we moved from before then. I got so depressed that I just kind of stopped working out, and I haven't worked out since November of 2024. I haven't worked out in a year. Like, y'all, I have not worked out in a year, because I work out every now and again that y'all see me go to the gym here. But when I say work out, to me, I'm speaking about the routine that I was on then. Like, I was working out 4 to 5 times a day then. I was getting up early in the morning at like 5, 6 a.m. going for a walk around that neighborhood over there, because it was a gated community. I was running. I was just on it. Like, I was literally on it. But like, I slowed all the way down and eventually stopped, because I just got so depressed that we had to move, like after living there for 4 years, and then the stress of having to find another place to live, it was just a lot. So I'm going to get back into working out my routine and stuff like that. And then I also didn't like how when I work out, my face slims down, and then my everything here gets really, really skinny, and then my boobs, like, they deflate, so they get really, really droopy. And then it's like whatever little bit of butt that I had gained, I always lose. So it's like my entire body just slims down whenever I lose weight, and I don't like the look of it, because it gives me that Ozempic weight loss look. Like, y'all know how people who be on Ozempic, when they lose weight, they look really, really sunken in everywhere. Like, everything just looks completely sunken in. So it gives me that look. So I'm trying to figure that out alongside with losing weight naturally, but losing weight in the places I know I can't probably target weight loss where it doesn't occur all over my body. But I'm trying to maintain, like, I want to keep my butt, I want to keep my boob, like, volume. I don't want it to just sag down, like, because I lose weight here and it just sags down. So I'm trying to figure that all out. But in the meantime, I have a lot of stuff that I'm working on, that I'm trying to do, and I'm going to accomplish this year, going into next year with the help of the Lord. So that's what I'm just basically doing. Today is just a chill day. I'm just going to probably take a look at some information and just chill out for today. And y'all see Sunset Shimmer, like Sunset Shimmer. My daughter gave me that when she was so into My Little Pony. She gave me that when she was like 3 years old, and I've had it ever since. And now she's about to be 15, so I've had the thing for 12 years. I probably will always have it. But and hence that was the inspiration behind this, because she was in love with My Little Pony. But yeah, y'all, that's basically it. I'm not gonna be like running my mouth and doing all that. Later on, when I do go ahead and fix this fish, I will show you this time so you can see how I am going to fix it. But it's the exact same way. If y'all have seen me sear my fish before, where I did the garlic and all that other stuff on the stove with the asparagus, when I was doing it with the asparagus, it's the exact same thing. I'm just not gonna use any lime because any lemon, because I don't have any. But yeah, but I'm gonna sit here, chillax, and I will chat with y'all later when we are cooking some lunch.
Baby, you make my love come down.
Okay, y'all, I am dressing. Y'all, this rug, I just hate this in the background, but it is what it is. But y'all, I am dressed and I'm actually finna get ready to make, I don't think I need to cut this damn light on. I'm actually finna get ready to make some, make the fish that I was talking about. Let me sit y'all down. I really need to pull this up some. There we go. And I can sit y'all down. But I'm finna get ready to make this fish that I was talking about. I was gonna have a banana, y'all, but like, I don't know. This is the only one that's looking like it's ripe. Everything else is still green. And y'all know how when you eat the banana before it's ripe, and then it be having like this, I don't know, it's this texture, like the texture that lets you know that, girl, it's not ripe, like it's not ready yet. But I'm about to get ready to clean up first, and then I'm going to make this fish. Let me clean up real quick because y'all, this is a mess. Look at this. Oh, this is a mess. Like, I still have clothes on the couch, the blanket, all of that stuff. I just really need to clean up. And then it's two pots. It's two pots in the sink right here, and my daughter just put this in the sink, so I need to clean some of this stuff up first before I do anything. So I'm about to do that real quick. Okay, y'all, so I had to clean up in here. I just could not cook in here in a dirty kitchen. And for the most part, y'all see that most of the stuff is cleaned up. And then I put y'all on the rotational little device so that I could be able to be hands-free. Y'all, I am pretty hungry right now. And I'm still contemplating on if I should fix that fish. I actually need to clean this stove off. That's the last thing I needed to do. Y'all, I just used this this Cascade Complete, and I'm not even gonna lie, I do not like this. Now, it says that it's supposed to be compatible, like comparable with the cubes, and it has it right here like it's supposed to be 4 times the power, or yeah, whatever for the cubes, but this does not do anything but leave residue all over your cutlery and everything else. And I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Like, y'all, this is what that Cascade does. Can y'all see this scum like material on here? That comes from this, and this was almost $9. And then I normally get the blue liquid, but the blue liquid was like $12 inside of that Brookshire store that I go to. So I opted to get that one because it was like $4 cheaper. And when I tell y'all that's the worst stuff that I've ever had in comparison with the cheap brand that I get from that particular grocery store, their brand of stuff, that stuff there is running neck and neck. Like, how is that almost $9 when it's pretty much trash. So I won't be using that again. But yeah, like I said, I'm pretty hungry. I'm about to fix my seared fish. I'm contemplating on if I should fix it because I don't want to have to wait on it. So I'm kind of just like, do I really want to wait on the fish just to have fish with the meal, or do I want to just go ahead and eat the beans and rice and, you know, just be done with it? Like, just go ahead and just fix that and just eat that without the fish and have the fish later. But I don't know. I'm probably gonna just go ahead and bite the bullet and fix the fish or whatever. But y'all, it's a lot to maintain, especially a small space when you don't have that much room to like maneuver and move around. It is kind of hard to maintain a small area and space like this. And so I'm just kind of trying to get used to it. Normally I'll leave my husband's stuff on the couch. It's probably some stuff that I'm gonna have to bring back out and put back on the couch, like his tank tops and t-shirts and stuff like that, because he doesn't like to look through the clothing. And some of the clothing, he says, is like his trap clothes, his work clothes, so he wants that stuff to be left out. I hate it because he wants it left out on the couch. And so if I open my front door, because my front door is literally right around the corner, like it's literally, my battery died on the little thing. The front door, y'all, is literally right around this corner. So when you open the front door, you can see everything inside here in this apartment, like from the basket that sits here to whatever may end up being on the floor. You can see that in this apartment, and I hate that for us. I hate that for me because I just can't stand it. But yeah, hopefully one day we can get a bigger place, get back inside of a house. I hate to get inside of a house and rent again, because the thing that I don't like about renting with houses is what this other house showed me, is that at any blink of a moment, the owner can just be like, oh, well, we want our house back. Y'all have to get out. And all the money we have paid, whether we're paying $23,000, $24,000, $25,000, $3,000 a month in rent, when that stuff adds up every year and you total up how many years you stayed there, $3,000 a month is $36,000 a year. So that $36,000 multiplied by 4 years, that's a lot of damn money. So you basically you're paying off people's mortgages for them while they live elsewhere or live abroad. And then they just come back and they're like, oh, we want our house back now because all we have to do is worry about the taxes. And now you and your family are out on the street and you're out a couple $1,000 or $100,000, you know. So that same $100,000, if we had family that we could really rely upon and trust, or if we were able to just stay somewhere else and save that money where we didn't have to constantly keep moving around or paying that in rent, we would be able to have enough money for a down payment for our own property or our own house to have. But now, since our credit is so jacked up and so bad because of everything that we went through from like 2020, really 2023 up until last year, 2025, our credit is like horrible. We're basically starting back from ground zero where we were back in 2018, 2017. So our credit is so bad now, and like we are up in age, and we won't be able to own a home by getting a mortgage. We got discriminated against with trying to get a mortgage when we did have good credit scores and good income coming in. And then now our credit score is back the issue. So it's like the same cycle that this place keeps on presenting back and forth in our faces, where we can never own anything and we'll always have to rent and be renters. So it's just like now moving forward, going into 2026, 2027, you know, we have to now rebuild our credit up and go through this whole song and dance again. And it's just like, if we don't just gather up enough money where we can just pay cash for a property, we probably will never own a home in this lifetime. And that's the way that the system is designed, in my opinion. But, you know, I'm not saying that everyone is like this or it's like this for everyone. You got some people that are in their 20s that are able to purchase multiple homes, and you know, they should really be happy, and they're really blessed if they're able to do that. But you have some people like myself and my husband where it's basically no hope for us unless we come across a large lump sum of money, and then we'll be able to purchase a home flat out, because any other way we're gonna get discriminated against. It's been proven. We had 760, 770, 780 credit scores. They said no. It was, oh, you're self-employed, you do too many write-offs. Then when we had the money and our credit scores were low, oh, your credit score is too bad, you need to get your credit score up. Like, so it was just always a back and forth. But I digress. I'm finna get ready to go ahead and just fix this fish. It's 12:26. I'm gonna let my camera charge for a little bit, and then I'll just come back and show y'all like my fish, because it's my same typical routine of how I do my fish, like I done it before in the past with the asparagus. I just pretty much put it on the stove, sear it, add a little bit of garlic, whatever seasonings to it, and that's how I make it. But I'll just pop in here and there, but for now I need to let my camera charge up, so I'll be back when like almost done with the fish, or I'll just show it to you guys. So really quick, this is what I was talking about, where I had those two sea bass fillets. I got 3 pieces out of just one, and then I got 3 pieces out of the other one. So I'm just gonna cook 3 pieces, which is equal to 1 whole fillet, and then I'll have 1 today, like 1 tomorrow, and then, you know, or I can just dice the fish up, and then it makes, like, you know, a lot more fish. So that's what I meant by, it was pretty pricey for $10. I probably could have got it cheaper at HEB by almost like $1.60 or $2 cheaper, but I went to Walmart for convenience. But yeah, you can get 3 fillets out of a size of a fish piece like that in that one bag. So let me go ahead and cook these real quick, and then I'll come back and show y'all what they look like when they're done.
My nigga, we really poppin' this shit for real, nigga. No cap, no rap. I took the top off, I'm trippin' like hot sauce. I got drink in this clean raw. Baby, give me that mean mouth. Hit that pussy like golf ball. I can do this without y'all. I don't talk on long out. I go back to the trap house. Spread that bitch in the belt down. Cash it in and I cash out. Turn that shit to a stash house. I ain't taking no handouts. When they callin', I'm in route. For them niggas, they been down. Blow up back when I'm in town. They take on you the bitch. I don't even got a check. I'm about to flex. It's an auto my pocket. Rocket diamonds on wet. I go water around my neck. I just started my release. When the bottom bitch lit. I take my friends. Niggas sending me threats. Niggas hate, I don't see how. Made it out of the dump south, and I don't even know how. About to put me up in now. I took the top off, I'm tripping like hot sauce. I got drunk in this clean raw. Let me give me that mean mouth.
So my fish is basically done. So I just wanted to show y'all really quick before I start taking it out and plating it up and all of that stuff. My daughter is tasting a piece, even though she knows that she's probably gonna have to take an allergy pill, but this is what it looks like. This is what I meant when I said I like mine a little bit more crisp. And then I have the jalapenos, the onions, the bell peppers, and some pieces of lime that I just threw in here, and parsley, the curly and the flat leaf. So that's what I have. That's what I'm going to put on my rice, and I'm gonna have that with my bowl. So I'm gonna get ready to eat, and I'll talk to y'all later. Okay, so here is my bowl assembled. I put my green sauce on here, and I have my bean mixture. I have my potatoes. I have my rice underneath, my fish on top. I put some of all of the veggies, and this is going to be my lunch bowl right here. So this is what it looks like. I know the green sauce looks weird, but I promise you it is extremely good. So let me go ahead and go sit down and have my lunch, and hopefully y'all enjoyed my little bowl recipe.